Hi everyone, it's Ali and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for joining me. Today I have this cute little swinging monkey card, which is an interactive card, and the interactive element is a swinging pendulum mechanism. I watched a couple of YouTube videos myself to learn how to do this, and I will link those below. So I'm starting by creating my background piece using my Cloudy Skies stencil and also my Heffy memo tape and some tumbled glass distress oxide ink as well. Love this stencil. It's so easy to use. You can just slide your paper in as so, and you can also flip it from back to front to get different cloud formations. And I use my Heffy memo tape to keep my stencil secure and help me make sure it doesn't move around on my desk, and also mask off other areas of the stencil. So I'm just going to show you how to create the pendulum mechanism, which is that bit there. And as I said, I've linked videos below that I watched for this idea. So I'm going to use a 5-cent piece, an Australian 5-cent piece, but you can use whatever coin suits you. And I'm going to use a strip of card and 2 circles that fit over the coin as well, and also a spinner element. I've used one of the plastic ones that you can get from My Favourite Things. So I'm just going to attach my coin to that card strip and cover it each side with the white circles of card. You don't really need to do this because obviously this whole thing is going to be hidden at the back of the background piece, I guess, and stuck to the front of the card, so you're not actually going to see it. So perhaps you don't need to put these pieces of paper on, but it may help it slide on the back. It's totally up to you. And then I'm going to attach that little spinner element to the top of the pendulum piece, like so. Just put that aside to completely dry, and then I'm going to punch a hole in my background piece and make sure that fits over that little spinner element, like so. And then the monkey's going to get attached to the front. So again, I'm going to do that with liquid adhesive just to make sure that it really sticks well to that piece and it's not going to move on its own. Just pop a weight on top of that, and again put that aside to dry as well. Now I've coloured in my monkeys and I'm going to cut them out using my corresponding dies, and they're from the Simply the Best stamp set, which is really, really cute. And I'm just checking now that my monkey's completely dry, that he's going to swing properly, and that's the pendulum mechanism at the back. Now I've used my skinny metric rectangle frames to create a frame for the front of the card, and I'm just going to use my Amazonian leaf die to create some leaves to kind of have poking out from the back of that frame to make it look like the monkey swinging in the trees. Now I'm positioning my vines that I stamped and coloured just to make sure they are in the right place for the monkey's tail to look like it's hanging on the vine. So I just fiddled around a little bit with that, held it in place, and then adhered it when it was in the perfect spot, like so. And then I'm going to put some roller adhesive on the back of my frame and attach all of my leaves around the edge on the back of that frame. And I've just kept it facing me so that I can see where the leaves are and make sure they're not poking out too much or too little, and also so that they don't get in the way of the monkey swinging. So I just kept going and pressed the leaves on the back of that frame all the way around the edge until I was happy with the position of them all. Just kept checking to make sure that was all in the right place and trimmed off any excess of those leaves. Now I'm going to put some 3D foam on the back of that frame and attach it to the background piece. Just make sure when you're attaching it on that the monkey again is out of the way and that he swings freely. And press it down firmly once it's in place, and then he swings like so. On the back I did put 2 layers of foam just so the pendulum could swing quite freely and not catch on the card base. And again, just line that up carefully and press it down when done. I stamped and white embossed some sentiments from the set and cut them out into little sentiment strips. And then I did 2 bananas for the monkeys to hold on to and did their little cheeks and things like that. So all the added little bits. And that is how it works. It's really fun to play with, and I'm sure you can think of lots of other ideas and things to use this mechanism with. So thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you again next time.